You know, the thing with art.quarter is, it's been 2 years in the making.
The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades, and this country is not alone.
Well, the United Kingdom is now on total lockdown, with Prime Minister Boris Johnson telling folks to stay home and ordering shops to close.
The Prime Minister has announced the most drastic limits to our lives that the UK has ever seen in living memory. The aim, he says, is to save lives in this time of national emergency.
This advice is not a request. It is an instruction. Stay at home, protect lives, and then you will be doing your part.
In that moment, I just had my own rude awakening. Like, I just realised how precious life was. Like, you could literally go tomorrow. If it's written, it's written. Like, you could just, that would be it. You know, the thing with art.quarter is, it's been 2 years in the making. It hasn't, this isn't like, everyone thinks it's like this overnight, like, boom, and it's not. I was on this journey for 2 years on my own. You know what I've learned through business as well? You either need money or you need time. It's one or the other. And at that point, I didn't have either. So, and I had this like other vision to do CGI images, did these CGI images just blew up. Everybody then started contacting me to buy into the centre, bring a brand here, buy a business, whatever it may be. So I then had that another eureka moment where I was like, oh my God, I can just sell everything off plan. That's what I do. I sell everything off plan and bring all these brands in. So that's what I started to do. So anyway, I was at a stage where, prior to the pandemic, I probably sold about 75% of this place off. Then obviously the pandemic hit. Then I was in the shit. Then I was in trouble. So what happened obviously in the pandemic, the businesses started to pull out. Some people were in contracts, that's the truth, and paid large deposits to secure those contracts. But I just let everybody out the contracts. I just took the hit. I actually returned everyone's deposits back. And I didn't have to do that. Legally, I didn't have to do that. But, you know, sometimes it's not about being legal, is it? It's about just doing the right thing, like, from a moral perspective. But that really kind of, like, put me in a, like, oh my God. But I guess my theory was, well, I'll just have to wait till after the pandemic and do the same thing again. Sell everything off plan. But I've been fortunate to secure finance, like my own private finance throughout this whole process. But I haven't had any like government grants or anything like that. I don't have any investors, I don't have any business partners, I have nothing, I have nobody that has given me any of their money. Like, I don't have any of that. I'm self-funding, in full control. And this is the first time that I have nobody to answer to, and it's absolutely amazing. I love it. I just feel like I'm just like, I don't know, like I'm like, oh my God, how am I growing so fast? But I can move at that pace. Like, you know what people keep saying to me, which I find a little bit frustrating? Oh, don't you think you've got too much going on? No, I haven't. Give me more. Like, don't try and limit me, because that's how you think. I've had that all my life, and this is the first time nobody is gonna limit me anymore, because I'm allowed to make all the decisions, and it's fantastic. But you know what? I don't have anyone to hide behind this time. So if I fail, I'm to blame. And then that means I'm probably to blame for all the other failures as well. Whereas if I smash it now, I guess people can be like, well, you know what? He smashed it when he was on his own. And so maybe it wasn't all his fault in all those past failures. Maybe other people played a part. But for me, the pandemic has been, I want to be really sensitive on this because it's obviously, the pandemic has been so disastrous or so horrendous for so many people. But if I'm being totally honest, my experience, it's been nothing but a blessing. Because you know what? I never had a chance. I never had a break. I was never given hope. I never had that. All I'm trying to do is give people that haven't necessarily had a fair chance or an opportunity, just create a platform for them. Because all of a sudden, somebody in a deprived area that doesn't have the money or doesn't have the inspirational role models around them or whatever it may be, they know that, down the road, there's a place called Art.quarter that's championing ethnic minorities, Muslims, to come to them with a dream, with an idea, and they will do everything within their power, their ability, their capabilities to make that dream come to life. You can't get better than that, can you? That to me is perfect.